I didn't make sure my niece got on the plane home. My sister dropped off her 15-year-old daughter Chloe at my place for a week while she went on some spiritual retreat in Costa Rica. Chloe was basically the definition of a nightmare teenager. She'd stomp around my apartment, slam doors, and roll her eyes at everything I said. But whatever, I figured I could handle 1 week. Day 1, she immediately asked if she could order DoorDash 3 times. I said no, we had food at home. She threw herself on my couch and said I was ruining her life. Day 2, she tried to sneak out at midnight to meet some random guy she met on Snapchat. I caught her climbing out the fire escape and had to drag her back inside. By day 3, I was losing my mind. She kept leaving dirty dishes everywhere, used all my expensive shampoo, and somehow broke my coffee maker. When I asked her to clean up, she screamed that I wasn't her mom and couldn't tell her what to do. The worst part was Thursday night. I woke up at 2 in the morning to voices in my living room. Chloe had somehow snuck 3 random kids into my apartment, and they were drinking the bottle of wine I'd been saving for my anniversary. One of them was passed out on my white carpet with red wine all around them. I completely lost it and told everyone to get out. Chloe just laughed and said I was being dramatic. That's when I noticed my laptop was missing from my bedroom. When I confronted her, she said one of her friends probably just borrowed it and would bring it back later. The next morning, I called my sister, but it went straight to voicemail. Apparently, she was in some tech-free meditation zone and couldn't be reached. I was stuck with Chloe for 2 more days, and I honestly couldn't take it anymore. Friday afternoon, Chloe came up to me with this fake sweet voice and said she wanted to make it up to me. She'd been talking to her friend Madison, whose family was going to Miami for the weekend, and they invited her to come along. All she needed was for me to drive her to the airport. I was so exhausted and frustrated that I jumped at the chance to get her out of my hair. She showed me the text from Madison's mom saying they'd bought her a ticket and everything. I didn't even think twice about it. Saturday morning, I drove her to the airport and watched her walk through security with her little rolling suitcase. I felt this huge wave of relief as I drove home to my quiet, clean apartment. That's when everything went wrong. Sunday evening, my sister called me from Costa Rica, completely panicked. She'd finally gotten to a phone and wanted to check on Chloe. I told her Chloe was in Miami with her friend Madison. Dead silence. Then my sister started screaming. Turns out Madison's family wasn't in Miami. They were home, and Madison had no idea what I was talking about. My sister made me call Madison's mom right then, and she confirmed they never invited Chloe anywhere. That's when it hit me. I'd been completely played by a 15-year-old. My sister had to cut her retreat short and fly back immediately. We called the police, filed a missing person report, and I had to explain to 2 very unimpressed officers how I'd basically helped a minor run away. It took 3 days to find her. She'd used a fake ID to get on a plane to Vegas, where she was staying with some 22-year-old guy she'd met online. The police found her at his apartment, and apparently she'd been posting videos of herself partying on TikTok the whole time. When they brought her back, my sister completely blamed me. She said I was supposed to be the responsible adult and should have verified everything before just dropping her off at an airport. She threatened to sue me and told everyone in our family that I'd basically enabled Chloe to disappear. The worst part is she was kind of right. I was so desperate to get Chloe out of my apartment that I didn't ask basic questions like what airline or what hotel or even Madison's last name. I just wanted her gone. Now my relationship with my sister is completely destroyed. She won't let me see my nephew anymore and blocked me on all social media.